Hey, what's going on YouTube? Black Bear Hunter coming at you again, and we're here to talk about Guinness Stock Ale aged in Bulleit bourbon barrels. So this actual stout is actually it's produced by Guinness, and but at the Open Gate facility, located in Baltimore, Maryland. 10% ABV. I'm not sure about the IBUs on this one, but basically, yeah, I mean, this is a stock ale, like I said, aged in Bulleit bourbon barrels. And the cool thing about this beer is that it's the companies that's actually supporting this beer, right? So you have two larger conglomerates basically producing the stock ale, which kind of gets me excited. Like I totally am excited for this beer, mainly because, well, one, you have it's a known brand. You have Guinness, which since I started drinking stouts, you know I'm not gonna say Guinness kind of got left behind for me because I really love the foreign extra stouts, depending on where it comes from, because they're all kind of different. They usually use like a lot of local ingredients in each one of the foreign stouts, and so the same thing with this beer. Basically, this version of Guinness is different than, well, actually this one is different than the rest because this, I know that with their stouts or with these craft stouts they've been using like the Antwerpen stout as a base, which I'm guessing that they did with this. They used the Antwerpen stout as the base. And then with this also, it's supported by Diego Brands, which, if you know anything about Diego, they're a global leader in like alcohol, but distill alcohols worldwide, right? So at the end of the day, they support, or they actually have stock or ownership in companies such as Johnny Walker, Crown Royal, Bulleit, which we're talking about today, Buchanan Whiskies, Smirnoff, Ciroc, Kettle One, Ciroc, wow, Captain Morgan, Bailey's, Don Julio, Tanqueray, Guinness, is which is one of the few under the umbrella, the few beer companies. There's others under the umbrella, but this one I think being one of the most uh, like known brands, like as far as like, I think this brand is probably the most notable, right? And so, well, notable for me at the end of the day, because I used to drink, I drink their stuff. So this beer is a totally different take on a, well, not a totally different take on a stock ale. This is their version of a stock ale, right? So what they like to say is that they get to bring two totally different beers together, which would be a stout, an imperial stout, and a barley wine together to create this stock ale or this specific brew, like project management, two product, like a unique product, right? And so, yeah, aged in bourbon barrels, which gives you a lot of complexity on the spiciness. The type of oak that they use will give you a ton of complexity. It's a high gravity beer. It's going to be a little malty because of the barley wine, and the imperial stout. It should actually be extremely hearty, full body, like all the things you can expect from a stout and a barley wine, and then you merge them together. Nutty, chocolate, raisins, roasted barley, dark fruit, vanilla, stone fruit, berries, whatever. At the end of the day, it's going to be it should be intense, and that's what I'm always looking for. I like a nice, intense brew. So yeah, considering that they're now being aged, I think they aged it like 11 months, which is wow. They aged it like 11 months, and like I said, a Bulleit bourbon barrel, which should smooth it out, and give it like another layer of complexity, right? But yeah, I mean, yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm really curious because, like I said, like I've always thought that a stock ale was, like pretty much the same thing as a barley wine or an old ale. And I know they have English and they have American. And I thought at first I was thinking, oh, it's the only difference between those those distinctive styles or between those styles of beer is that the location, and that's how they determine how they name it. But then I started to notice that it's the actual recipes in the beer, right? And so I mean, this is a really old style of beer, like going back to like the 1700s, right? And so yeah, um, in this case, like I said, they totally have decided to create their own type of stock ale. And so, with that being said, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy because I'm getting excited. I totally forgot to grab a bottle opener. So, nice. Oh my God, it smells. Oh, it smells fucking delicious. Like, oh my God, all that vanilla. Like, that's definitely got to be. Oh, wow, that smells so good. And I mean, you saw the pour. Like, it was like off like a dark mahogany or like a mahogany brown. But if you notice, it was like maybe a finger and a half ahead. Nice big suds, or so I say like it's kind of it's kind of sudsy, right? Like small bubbles, but it's like regressing pretty quick. You don't really get a lot. Oh well, no, it's kind of sticking to the glass. It's getting pretty decent lacing, like decent amount of lacing. Low, but I mean, it looks great, nice and dark. Once it's in the glass, when you're pouring it, you can see right through it, right? Um, but at the end of the day, it poured like a dark chestnut, right? Like it looked really great. Like you can say it had like a finger and a half of head. It looks really frothy. Like just see, you can see the lace in a bit, but it's receding pretty quick. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out the aromas and see what's going on. Because from the bottle, oh my gosh, it smelled great. Oh my God, it smelled really great. So with that being said, I'm gonna check the aromas and try not to drink it. Oh, it smells like cereal. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, I love smelling it. So you get like vanilla front, like right up front. You're definitely getting a ton of. You're getting some oak. Um, wow, and you're getting like a light essence of bourbon. Some caramels in there, and I think that's why it smells like cereal. Like the caramel, some cocoa. Let me see that again. Maybe the malts. You're getting some malts in there. Like it's definitely got a lot of complexity to the way it smells. Um, wow, to the aroma. The aroma is like awesome. So with that being said, YouTube, I really can't talk about this too much more. I have to taste it. I have to taste it. It's not just for me, it's for you too. So I'm doing it for you. So with that being said, YouTube, cheers. Oh those flavors, it basically follows the nose. Wow. So vanilla, dark fruits, chocolate malts just come right through right up front. In the back, you get no, you get the dark fruits in the back, vanilla up front, chocolate middle palate. Wow. I mean, this the beer is special. So at the end of the day, there's a subtle like bitterness. Um, Man, let me taste that one more time. I got to do it one more time, guys. There's definitely coconut now. Like, I taste some coconut in the mix. Not too sweet. Like it's not too. It's not sweet at all. Actually, not sweet at all. The malts are there. The bourbon is like balanced. Like you really like it's really mild. It adds to the characteristic. It's a little spicy, like little spice in there. The oak, the roasted malts, like it. You do taste a bit of a barley wine, and you're also getting the you're getting the barley wine, and you're definitely getting an imperial stout in there. At the end of the day, it's extremely delicious. Like it's hard to explain. You just hold on. And make me just want to pull out an awesome cigar. I mean, wow. Like it's changing as it's warming up. Like now I taste a little bit of a grape. You get some figs, you get some dates, maybe raisin. Yeah, like it says roasty, a little pepper. Oh wow, it's changing a lot. It's not like wow, it's awesome. Like you getting a wide array of flavors and notes as this beer warms, which you would expect. And like I said, the Bulleit bourbon totally adds to the characteristic. It's definitely a sipper. Is you can definitely pull out a cigar with this. You can definitely break out some cheese with this, which is going to happen once I get off this camera. I'm going to break out some cheese, and yeah, this is wow. Get it. That's all I gotta say is get it. But at the end of the day, let's finish this. Um, so feel wise, what did I feel drinking this beer? It's lighter than I expected, right? But not like light in a bad way. Like it still has really good body. The viscosity for this is perfect because it's a stock ale. It doesn't have to be chewy. It doesn't have to be, but it lingers. It doesn't have to feel like I'm drinking a meal out of a glass, anything, even though it has a stout in it. The stout just realistically to me right now is just adding to the complexity of the beer, giving it a a wider profile when it comes to taste and delivery of taste. And so at the end of the day, I really like it. Um, Decent, like I said, viscosity on the tongue, like great viscosity on the tongue, perfect feel, light, great body though, like medium body, great rich, like yo, it's extremely rich. Oh my gosh. So it's exactly what I was looking for or what I'm looking for when it comes to say if you want to call it a stock ale or if you want to call a barley wine, whatever you want to call it. Like, I mean, I had like some beers that were supposed to be barley wines. I was like, like they'll have it as a barley wine and it tastes more like a stout and it feels like a stout. You can't even tell it's a barley wine. And in this case, this stock ale, even though it's aged in a stout, like even though it's mixed with a stout, it totally, like if they didn't tell me that it was mixed with a stout, I mean, I would probably be able to pick it up. Knowing myself, I'd probably be able to pick it up. But at the end of the day, I would just totally accept it for what it is. And this beer definitely exceeds my expectations. And this is actually probably, like I said, it is. They made it in November, and I got a hold of it maybe January, February, or something like that. No, maybe it was like more like, yeah, February, late February, almost March. So it sat for a while. And in that case, um, it, it is the is tastes really great out the bottle. Like if you know anything for like of barley wines and stock ales, they're designed to, you can age them just like a stout, pretty much. They can sit for a while and they develop over time. I think that these will bottle condition, or that they will actually age over a period of time. Like there's nothing in it that's going to go sour or go bad. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, I totally would like to taste this as it develops. And so overall, for me, this beer is definitely an interesting experience. That's how you have to label it. A straight interesting experience is a must have, must taste. If you like dark beers, you like stock ales, you like barley wines, you like old ales, whatever the case is, this is definitely a must taste. It, like I said, it develops as you taste it, and I have to taste it now. Wow, it's just good stuff, right? You remember the TV movie Good Stuff? This was really good stuff. Um, so wow, all that chocolate, it just hit me in the tongue on the back end, like, oh my gosh, and wow. So the aftertaste is now a rush of chocolate. So the notion of this being a barrel aged stout barley wine mixture, from the St. James Gate facility, or Open Gate facility, whatever you want to call it. It piqued my curiosity just that it came from there because, like I said, I tasted their stout before. And with regards to that, they totally met and surpassed my expectations. Now my expectation is to taste it later in its life. So that means I have to go find another, or four, or 12. And all I have to say is brilliant execution. If this is what they're going to put out from now on, and I own a Guinness shirt, but I definitely will start to talk the possibility. Like, I was excited when I knew they were coming to the area, and now I'm even more so on their team because of just two beers. I mean, I've been to the facility and had some of the beers that I normally wouldn't drink, and they were actually really, they were good, right? And so with this beer in particular, they're not going down the beaten path. Like, there's a lot of beers now you get, and they're highly touted, and they're syrupy, and they're using natural flavors, and they're using artificial color, which they don't talk about. But at the end of the day, here we go with a winner. Like, realistically, more than likely brewed with everything, like, is a non-GMO, right? Like, it's more than likely. Um, and they're using great products. They're using great ingredients, to create what we have in front of us. Next time I'm going to use a Guinness glass. I have to get a Guinness glass now. Like, now I'm oddly excited and curious about different things that can happen for them. I felt the same way when I had their stout. Um, because if this is what they're going to put out, they're actually going to excel, and people need to talk more about this style of beer so that this is what's normally brewed. The roasted malts, the dark fruit, stone fruit, whatever you want to consider it, prunes, dark berries. Um, the You got some earthy notes in there when it first opens, but it, like I said, it kind of like the spiciness kind of dials back as it warms up, and then you got those hops like in the back end, but it's like not a lot. Um, Bourbon is definitely detectable, and but it's just like part of the characteristic. It just adds to that personality. The personality of this beer is just it wow. That's all I can say. It's just wow. Um, Sugar or burnt brown sugar, whatever the case is, milk chocolate. It wow. The taste just lingers. The malts just linger. The vanilla just lingers. While I'm talking, I can smell it. It's like coming out of my mouth. Like you can smell. You know how people can smell their breath, even though they don't want to smell their breath. I can smell it. And so at the end of the day, um, nice moderate carbonation when you're drinking. And I didn't talk about that, but definitely it has moderate carbonation, not too much, not like and like it's in a just right spot. They did a really great job in their quality control. Um, the wooden barrels, I think, was critical in making this happen. The time that they stayed in those barrels um, did it justice. Um, Guinness having the, I guess, the financial ability to make a craft beer like this without cutting corners, and that's what it felt like, is that they didn't cut corners. Um, so you got to think, a span of 2 centuries of beer, like just brewing, right? And they're putting it into these beers, and so at the end of the day, if we ask them for it, I bet you they'll give it. Normally, it's like if I build it, they'll come, but I bet you if you the brewery, ask the brewery for beer like this, they'll keep brewing beer like this. Um, just the history on this type of beer. Um, and you fast forward it to today, and they have access to do it right in Baltimore and in Dublin, wherever worldwide. They have the ability to make beer like this, and this is what they should just stick to. That's all I'm going to say is this is what they should stick to. The last beer, the Guinness, the stout that they made, that's what they should stick to. I'm excited. You try it. You tell me what you think. You can get this from Total Wine. You tell me what you can get, or tell me what you think, because I tried it. I give it 2 thumbs up. If I have to rate it, which I'm going to do anyway, unaged, right out the bottle, couple months, I'd say four, like 4.3. And I'm being nice. I'd say 4.3 because I really like this beer. Um, Enough said. I'll do the Marvel stance on it. Enough said. At the end of the day, you try it. You tell me what you think. Hit me up. Tell me what you think. We can go back and forth or whatever. No arguments, anything. Just beer talk. And after that beer talk, talk to Guinness and tell them to keep making beer like this. That's all I'm saying is this is what I'm looking for. Refined, adult, cigar. They should even just make a cigar to go with the goddamn beer. So at the end of the day, your boy is out. I'm gonna go ahead and crush this, cut up some cheese and get it and chill back, get it popping, right? So yeah. Cheers, YouTube. Nice talking to you. If you can see, I got a lineup of beers. If you can see what's in the back, got some interesting beers back here. And tell me what you want to, what you actually what you want to see. You know, you got Teddy Bear Kisses out of Indiana. You got Distill. You got DC Brow, which is an interesting. I traded for that. Churros for breakfast. You got Starsky and Brunch. You got Narwhal, barrel aged Narwhal. You got Perennial Coffee, and yeah, we got a lineup. So at the end of the day, yeah, let's talk beer. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to see next. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you again. Talk to you later, YouTube. Cheers.